Hey guys, so this is going to be the third update, third or fourth, I can't remember exactly. But I'm going to kind of do two birds with one stone. I'm going to talk about what I've been doing for the last week and then go into the WoW release because, well, that was the whole thing. Okay, so as far as the weight loss stuff goes, I've been making a bigger effort to exercise more often. I am staying under a calorie deficit, so I'm not real worried about my food intake. I'm staying away from sugars and doing that. Today, personally, I went to the gym and I burned about 850 calories in an hour. Um, this week alone, I'm going to be doing the gym about every day. Um, Different stuff every day, but every day nonetheless. Other than that weight loss stuff, I'm not weighing myself. Like I said, I'm not going near a scale until after Christmas. Um, Other than that, just kind of more of the same. I'm becoming a little bit more flexible, but I am starting to have knee cramps. But my tailbone isn't hurting nearly as bad as it was before, which is a good thing, especially for extended periods of sitting down. For long gaming sessions and things like that. So that's kind of all I got for the weight loss stuff. My friend Pat sent me a new smartwatch, so that's helpful while I'm exercising. I had a smartwatch before, but it didn't have as many features, so it's nice. Um, I did get um, I did get fat shamed. I went to I think it was on Black Friday. I think the gym closed early. They closed at like 5, and I was like, well, I'll just go to the gym in Ocala because they're 24 hours and it's fine. I went in there to ask some of the members like where the cardio equipment were, and I had about 8 guys like basically. I can't remember the exact words they used, but basically said that I had no business going to the gym anyway because I'm a lost cause, sort of thing, and I was too fat to be there. That was a little rough to hear for me, um, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna let them stop me from trying to feel better. I'm not trying to fucking get a six pack or anything stupid. I'm just trying to feel better, and it is what it is. But other than that, everything's been going pretty good. The weight loss is coming along fine. I'm feeling better. Um, I'm starting to be able to wear some shirts that I haven't been able to wear in a while. Uh, yeah, so that's it for the weight loss stuff. I don't really have much to add just because not much has changed. So, I mean, whether that's a good or bad thing, I don't know. Now, okay, so last Monday, World of Warcraft's release happened. My God, this was a fucking joke. So I'm like, normally with a WoW release, I mean, we expect a lot of people. It's just the way the game works. But we did not expect this many people to come back, which is hilarious because the people that are back aren't going to stay back. They're going to come. It's kind of like when people buy brand new fighting games and then all they do is they play the arcade mode and then they shelf it. They never play it again. That's kind of what they do with WoW expansions. They'll come back and they'll level, and that'll be it until LFR comes out. And then when LFR comes out, they'll do that, and then they'll stop playing. I never understood that part of it. I mean, it's not like these expansions are cheap. It was like $40. Like, why buy something if you A are gonna talk shit about the game the whole time, and B you're not gonna actually do anything with it. It's surreal to me. Um, okay, so anyway, last night I boot the stream up, and I'm in Orgrimmar waiting to just wait for the rollover to happen because nowadays they don't actually log you out. They just spawn the NPC and the expansion starts, and that's it. So I get I get disconnected at like 20 minutes before some shit. And for the next like 7 hours, all I could see was a loading screen. That's it. So by the time I got in, half my guild was like well into like 55, 56. And I had to go and start everything from way back then. So, which is fine. It is what it is. But then I only got to play for an hour and a half. But by then it was already like 2, 3 in the morning. And I was exhausted, man. I was just like, you know what? Then I got disconnected. And as soon as I got disconnected, I said, I'm out. Whatever. Now, to be fair, I don't play there anymore. I did play on one of the most populated U.S. Horde servers there is. And when I say the most populated, like, the server I'm on now has about an 8,000 Horde population. The server I was on had about a 27,000 population. And all of those people were trying to log in to play the game. Okay, and then, so I got behind. So for the next few days, I was trying to catch up, to get level, to start the gearing process, because the guild I was in wanted me to tank, and they wanted we weren't planning on, raiding the first week and all that stuff. So I'm on Discord talking to the guys while I'm getting used to all the new shit in Shadowlands, and one of the fucking monk players gets a hair up his ass and is like, "Oh, I'm thinking I'm gonna tank," and he didn't even ask, he just said it. I'm just gonna tank, and they recruited me maybe like 5 months ago to tank specifically. They asked me to tank, so I leveled my druid first because that was what I was gonna tank on, and it is what it is. It was like, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I asked the guild leader several times. He said, yes, everything's good to go. You're still going to tank. I said, okay. So I just want to be sure. Because that if I'm not tanking, if I'm going to be doing DPS, I'm going to level my warlock, not my druid. And he's like, yeah. So then the other day, I think it was, what's today, Monday? So Saturday. I think it was Saturday. I go in Discord and they posted the raid roster and they had me as a backup tank because the monk was gonna tank. And this guy's fucking terrible. Like fucking garbage. He couldn't hold aggro. It was bad, man. He sucks. He's an idiot. So I was like, okay, whatever, dude. And for me, like, that was like the last straw, because I was like, I thought it was a really fucked up way to do it. And I had sent the GM messages for like days, and I got nothing. I got no reply. I got nothing from him. So I said, okay, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I mean, I'm not gonna get all bent out of shape over it. It's fucking World of Warcraft. I mean, I can get a spot in another guild, no problem. So, Blizzard did these free character transfers off of the really, really heavily populated servers, because the queues were like hours. I mean, I think on Friday I tried to get in, and it was like a 4-hour wait or some shit. I was just like, I'm not playing. It's gonna be 4 hours. I don't want no part of it. So I moved all my characters over to another server that was about a fifth of the population, which is perfectly fine because it still has a rating scene. And then I the guilds that I found over here didn't need tanks. For some reason, it was, well, it's not for some reason. I know why. It's just really hard to find a raiding spot for a tank nowadays. When they added demon hunters, every dumbass that played a hunter in Burning Crusade wants to be a demon hunter now. And they are a dime a dozen. You could throw a rock and hit 10 of them. And they're not even that good. But whatever. So, all the guilds that I found asked me if I would be willing to play DPS. Which is fine. I'll play DPS in Battle for Azeroth. I have no problem doing that. And if the other guild would have like pulled me in Discord and said, "Hey, here's kind of the situation. We didn't know that he was going to want a tank. He decided that he does. Is there any way you'd be willing to do something else?" I probably would have been like, okay with that. I probably would have been like, yeah, that's fine. Cool, no worries. I'm a team player. It's still a game. I still enjoy it. Whatever. Not a big deal. But that didn't what happened. So, these guilds asked me to play balance. And, which is like for people who don't play WoW, that's like a caster version of Druid. And I played it a little bit at the end of BFA, so I was fine with that. So I said, yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. And then everything else has been a breeze. Like I finished tonight. I finished all the mythic dungeons I couldn't get to, and that other guild also, no one would group with you. Like, unless they liked you, like you were part of their little clique, they didn't want anything to do with you. Nothing. I had one person reply to a post I made, and then once he found out that I wasn't one of their friends, he stopped replying immediately. So it is what it is. So I found out a much better guild, a lot more activity. People are really friendly. They set up dungeon runs for because we can't do anything besides like, I don't like to see baby mode, but that's basically what they're like, little baby versions of the dungeons. Until the week of the 8th, I think, when the raid opens. Once the raid opens, then we can start doing the high-end dungeons and all that stuff. But I am enjoying Shadowlands a lot. There's a lot of really fun single-player stuff, which I thought was kind of a breath of fresh air. There's like a rogue-style dungeon crawler thing you can do by yourself or with a group, whatever you prefer. I've only done it by myself because the reason why I got drawn to WoW is because you can't play that game by yourself, which I do like. My other friends used to play Final Fantasy 11, and in that game you had a group. WoW, you don't really have to group unless you want to do the raiding dungeon stuff. So that was fun. So I am playing balance, but I am still tanking too, like dungeons and stuff like that. So I get a little bit of both worlds, but I'm not tripping that shit because World of Warcraft has like such a bad community, man. The community is so shitty, especially compared to like if you play like Final Fantasy 14. The WoW community is just garbage. God, just terrible. So tomorrow night, we're going to be doing the dungeon, what they're calling the Grand Tour, which is where we go and hit every single dungeon because the gear in there, we need to get as geared as we can before we head into the raid on the following week. And Mythic Plus, which is, always good. My DPS numbers are better. I'm usually outperforming the group for the most part, so I have no complaints there. But I am, playing WoW, obviously being dad and stuff, but also trying to make sure that I'm maintaining healthy eating habits. WoW is how I gained all my weight. World of Warcraft is where I gained all of it, because I would sit at the computer for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day, drinking soda, eating like shit, and I can't live like that anymore. I'm way closer to 40 than I am 20 anymore, and I don't want that. I don't want that life. I want the life for me or my kids. So, all right, guys. Well, that's it. That was all I got for this week's update. We're recording this going into Tuesday just because I didn't have time last night to do it, and I can't really record these kind of things when the kids are awake. So, alright, guys. Well, that's it. That's all I got. I will talk to you guys next week, and I will be booting up the stream while I level up my Warlock and Hunters and other classes. And I'm probably going to stream the dungeon crawls, because these dungeons are really fun. And I think they look amazing. So, alright, guys. Well, I'll talk to you later. That's it. Alright, bye.